What's going on, everyone? My name's Encore. This is Tomorrow Never Comes. And what better way to teach or educate those of you out there who may be new to crypto, or maybe even in it, and maybe haven't gone through some of these things, is to share my 3 biggest crypto mistakes. It's always nice. I don't know why. We always want to see what someone else has done wrong. Maybe we like seeing people fall on their face. Nothing I've ever done, just to, preface all of this, can I say that I've fallen flat and fallen out of the game. So that's one positive in all of this, that regardless how big these mistakes have been, nothing's ever kept me out of continuing to play the game the next day. And that's a very valid point that I want all of you to take home. So let's just jump into it. My 3 biggest crypto mistakes, and there's plenty more than just 3, but these are the 3 that really come to mind when I think about what I would have done different had I known better. So first things first, when I got involved here in the crypto market was 2020. And after the major dip of March of 2020, everything started to take off. I mean, it was unbelievable, both in the stock market as well as obviously in the crypto markets. And being new to everything, you think whatever trend you're in is going to continue. So I have a little rocket ship here. The mindset at that point was, I hear there's, going to be a cycle, or is it a downturn? But everyone was getting it wrong as when it was going to happen. People thought we're going to hit 100,000. One Bitcoin was going to be 100,000 US by the end of December. Never happened. The dip actually started before then. And so you just get in this mindset that, hey, look, this is just going to go up. They say what goes up must come down. That was not my mentality when I was in the thick of things. It was what is going up is only going to go up even more. And that's a big mistake. So I put here take profits and have some stop losses. Now, take profits can apply to anything, right? Whether you're in some kind of yield play, you don't know what the yield's going to be going down the road, whatever capital you've invested, maybe not a bad idea to take some of that back. Or if you're actively trading or you're looking at capital gains in terms of the actual price of an asset going up, at some point, you should have in mind of taking some off the table at certain points. Now, certain things like Bitcoin and to a lesser degree ETH, I'm okay with those riding up or down. Like if it goes down, I add more. If it goes up, I'm great. I don't sell off on it. But that also depends on your position size, right? So if you have $100 of Bitcoin, you want to actually try and increase that position. So if Bitcoin pops quite a bit, selling a little bit, and then investing back in when Bitcoin goes down is not a bad idea. So the point is you're not taking that money and withdrawing it out and buying some garbage. And when I mean garbage, I mean some luxury item or something out there that you don't care about in the next month or so, maybe even the next day. So don't do that. Stay in the game, but book some profits. Stop losses, again, that's more of a trading term. So if you're entering a position, you should actually know both. These parameters should be set, if not automated in the actual trade, but mentally then if you don't have that. Where am I going to take profits and where am I going to get out if things go sideways or down, right? If things go against me. So those are 2 things I wish I knew. It was just to take some stuff off the table. Take my profits, let it sit, get some passive income, some yield on it, keep it to the side and wait for the rainy day that eventually did come and it's continuing to pour. So that's mistake number 1 is take profits, have stop losses, and just have some kind of profit mindset as some form of strategy in your overall strategy, right? So it's a portion of your portfolio, you have to determine what percentage that is, but there's got to be a profit-taking mentality in that strategy. So next one, man, when I started this journey, I think for most people is all you do is look at the price, like every waking moment, every day. And because crypto markets are 24/7, it's nonstop and it's on the app, right? You have all these apps, make it easy to do certain things and trade, and for a reason, right? They don't want to show you returns, but they'll make it easy for you to do a trade. So that's all I ever looked at. Price. And it just drives you crazy. I mean, when things are great, amazing. Oh, how much am I worth now? How much did I make on this trade? All those are fun scenarios to play out in your mind when it's a bull run. But what about when it's a bear market? What about if things are tanking? Then it becomes the opposite. Oh my God, how much did I lose? Can I get it back? And you stay in these things, this psychology that's not healthy. It's not healthy. And so I have here fundamentals over price. Do the research. Put your money into something that if it goes up or down, you're not overly excited and you're not overly devastated. You're in it for the long haul. And so if things goes down, you can kind of add to it. It's really, really about, portfolio management. I know that's not a very attractive term and doesn't really excite anybody, but it kind of boils down to that. There has to be something in your mind preset that this amount of percentage I'm going to keep in things that I'm not worried about. I will add to my position if need be. And then there's a small percentage or whatever percentage that is for you where you're like, I'm going to actively trade this and I'm going to trade and make some money. And if it becomes volatile, I can make money. But at the same time, I need to get out and I need to be active when monitoring it as well. So just I would have gotten away from staring at the price so much. It wasn't that I was actively trading that much, but I was obsessed with price as opposed to fundamentals. So that was mistake number 2. And mistake number 3, this is my favorite one. This one actually hurts the most because when you see those price predictions or wealth predictions of, hey, if you had invested, X amount in 2015 or 2013 or whatever the case may have been, any time before I did, chances are the returns would have been exponential. But at the same time, the learning would have been exponential. So I love this quote here is if you wait too long for the perfect moment will pass you by. And there are so many people that I know who will say, well, look, Bitcoin is at, just under 40,000 now, but I'm waiting. And when it gets to 20,000, that's when I'm going to jump in. Or when it gets to 15,000, that's when I'm going to jump in. And look, could it happen? Absolutely could happen. But if it hits 17,000, are you going to jump in? What about if it hits 31,000? Like, you don't know what's going to happen. And the markets are so volatile. You could go to sleep. Like I said, it's 24/7. So you would miss out just by going to sleep, waking up, and you miss that time period of your window. So I wouldn't wait at all. I would just put in some. Now, if you're trading, then you can read the charts, you do your research, that's different. But things like Bitcoin and ETH, like I dollar cost average. Just buy a portion, wait a little bit, buy a portion, or even better, put it on a regular schedule. I'm going to do $100 every week, $50 every week, whatever the case is, you're going to add continually. And over time, you're going to win over probably 99.9% of the traders out there over time. Okay, so like that's the biggest regret is I didn't get in before 2020, and it's not like I didn't have exposure to it. The same person, Brian Rose had on London Real interviewed Tico Tuori on his show, but he in 2020, and that's what got me in. But that same person, Tika, came on and was interviewed by Brian maybe a year or two earlier, maybe even before that, maybe 2017. So it was on my radar, and I never pulled the trigger and just forgot about it. And so, if you think, had I gotten in at 2017 or 18 or whatever it was, how things would have panned out, right? In terms of learnings and returns, overall returns. So don't wait. At least don't wait to do your research. And for me, the best education is action. Like literally, you have to take action. You have to kind of get your toes in the water to really understand what's happening. And that's the best way to learn. Do not go all in. Do not put a majority of it in where you're going to cry yourself to sleep if something bad happens. But that is the best way to learn. So those are my 3 biggest mistakes. All right. Is thinking that the trend that we're in is going to continue forever. So for those of you now, and all of us now, but anyone new who's in the bear market now, you think this is never going to go up. I'm just going to sell out because this is only going to get worse. Could get worse. But just remember, anytime you sell out, if you are at a loss, you realize those losses. If you leave it there, they're paper losses and you can recover. And that's why I say focus on the fundamentals. So that's the second one. Forget about price. Worry about fundamentals. And the third one is don't wait. All right, guys. Hope you found value in this video. If you did, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. And remember, tomorrow never comes. Get in the game. And I'll see you guys in the next video.